Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Michigan City Fire Merit Commission. The date is Monday, November 4th, 2019. Time is 5 p.m. Call to order the Pledge of Allegiance. If everyone would join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call. Mr. Deutscher?
Present.
Mr. Pollack?
Present.
Mr. Williams?
Present.
Mr. Zachdown? Here. Attorney Schaffner is here. And the fire chief is not here, but Kyle Kasmerchak is going to fill in for the chief tonight. Looking for approval of minutes, if everyone's had a chance to go over the minutes.
I'll move the approval of the minutes of the October 7, 2019 meeting.
I have a motion by Mr. Pollack. Second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Mr. Zachdown. All those in favor?
Aye.
All right.
Aye.
Is anyone opposed? So, minutes pass. Mr. Pollack, communications and claims, please.
Yeah, we have a communication requesting a total of $1,488.50. That includes payment of $150 per month for each of the Fire Merit Commission members, a payment of $238.50 for our secretary for the month, and a payment of $500 for our attorney. And I'll move the approval of that claim.
I have a motion by Mr. Pollack for approval. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Mr. Williams. All those in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Anybody
Aye.
opposed? Passed. Mr. Pollack?
On the budget, at this point, we have used 100% of our services and other contractual arrangements account, which happens to be account number 439.090, as we predicted we would be. We have used 88% of our total budget. Now, this does not count the $10,000 or the $17,000 that I asked for a transfer and was approved. But we have used 88% of our total budget. I'm estimating that we will come in somewhere above 95% for the year when it's all said and done on that budget. Now, the second part of our budget is the $17,000 under the Riverboat Gaming Fund. And so far, we've used 1% of that. But the major bill has not yet been received, which was from the South Bend Fire Academy, which, assuming there's no increases from prior periods for 3 people going there, will be $9,000. In addition to that, we also have travel, and we also have meals for these individuals, and I'm estimating that that's going to come in probably another $3,000 plus. So we should be slightly under budget on this one, but enough that it could be very close. Because as a result of that $9,000 billing from the South Bend Fire Academy, which we haven't had yet, that's a little over 53% of our $17,000 riverboat fund. So when that hits, and I certainly hope they get it in, Kyle, that's something I know the chief is working on this, and if it really gets down to a situation where they just haven't billed us, what we may have to do is call them and just send them a check, and they can credit our account, and then it'll be paid when they go to debit our account. I don't want to do that. It's not a good situation with security. But on the other hand, I don't want this lapping over into next year either, and then we create another major budget problem. Move to the approval of the budget report.
Mr. Pollack has made a motion to approve. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Mr. Zachdown. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Budget is passed. Report from our city council representative. No one's here. Report from the commission's attorney. Okay. Report from Union 475. No one's here. Report from the chief, which Mr. Kasmerchak.
Good evening. I've given this report to you. Like I said before, I don't know if Chief Novak gives you a report, so I take it upon myself to give you a copy of the report. And also, along with that is a small 2-page report from the fire marshal himself from his desk. So just real quick, the fire department responded to 303 calls of service in the month of October. At this time last year, we responded to 190 calls. So doing a quick math, that's about a 60% increase in call volume. As a side note, just for some statistics, A shift responded to 101 of those calls, B shift responded to 103 of those calls, and then C shift rounded it out with going to 99 of those calls. The members of the Michigan City Fire Department conducted about 600 hours of training for the month of October and have logged in about 6,500 hours for the year. On average, every firefighter has to log in about 192 hours per year to keep our ISO rating where it's at, which we're currently at an ISO Class 2, which there are very few in the country. I think it's about 715 departments in the country that have that ISO class rating. The fire marshal, like I said, presented his report to you, just highlighting the inspections, that they're near completion, and that the crews have went out to about 45 businesses and conducted a pre-planned tour walkthrough from the months of May to October. Our Division of Public Education and Information, which is headed up by Tony Jevietsky, would like to put out to the general public that we are accepting Snowflake Parade entries, and those can be found at the emichigancity.com website, going to, it's either on the front page and or underneath our fire subtitle. In the month of October, proud to announce that the Exchange Club awarded Greg Fletcher with the Firefighter of the Year award, and that the Rotary Club, at a different date, also, through nominations of us, awarded Dwayne Brown with the Service Above Self Award. Chief Novak would like to thank both those organizations for their support and continued praise. And lastly, Chief Novak would like to acknowledge that the following individuals have anniversary dates today. Greg Fletcher is 4 years on the job as a firefighter. And then on November 16th, Captain Chris Furness will be leading us with 31 years of service. So if there's other questions, that completes my report.
Question.
Go ahead.
Well, I was just saying, the 303 calls, that wasn't just for the month of October.
Just for the month of October.
300 calls?
303 calls for the month of October. Yeah.
Mr. Chairman, I just have one comment. You have some very nice T-shirts with the fire department fighting cancer.
Yes.
And for people that haven't gotten one, they're well worthwhile. They're very nice, and hopefully you'll be able to sell them to some people and maybe make a little money for the cancer.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're still selling them currently, and they're long sleeve, short sleeve, and obviously so donations go towards the Cancer Foundation and that. So yeah, we still have some left over. Come on down. The Administration Building at 2510 East Michigan Boulevard. Thank you.
Thank you.
And Mr. Chairman, if I may be excused, I get to go to a dinner with my wife for veterans.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Enjoy.
Commissioners, next on our list is old business. Is there any old business that needs to come before the commission or brought up? No? New business. New business on the agenda. It says update on the promotional testing. Promotional testing, we covered that at the last one. Mr. Krasnichek, please.
Mr. President, council members, I'm going to change hats now. I'm going to put my training officer hat on. It has been brought to my attention that we were going to go with, last meeting, we went with, I believe it's a URE Consultants. The only thing that I would ask is that we start to accelerate this process, because as you know, I'm not questioning any of your intelligence. Just as a friendly reminder that all contracts have to be approved by the Board of Works. In doing so, there are individuals that would like to, they understand it's the third Saturday of September, but they want to start purchasing these books on electronic copies so they can start studying coming up for September. So they just want, I guess, an update from you and the council members or where we might stand with that, if possible.
Thank you.
And if it's okay or appropriate, what I'll do is I'll get a exact,
Sorry.
that's okay, and I apologize. I'll get a exact, what do you want to call it, list of the materials that is out there that these guys are going to need. I'll get that from them, and then we can, I guess I'll get with Bob because he handles the accounting and budget of it.
Okay.
And I'll get the cost and everything and get that started right away.
Sounds good. Thank you.
So, by next meeting, you will have the list and everything that you need.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay?
Thank you.
All right.
Thank
Thank you. Any other new business? Any other new business? Public comment? Public comment. There is no public. Commission comments. Commissioners? Anything? Mr. Williams? You got all kinds of notes going on over there. You don't have anything you want to talk about?
No comments.
Okay. No? Yeah, go vote. Tomorrow's election, go vote. Our next meeting is going to be December 2nd, 2019 at 5 p.m. Is there a motion to adjourn?
I move to adjourn.
I have a motion by Mr. Zach now. And
Seconded.
Second by Mr. Pollock. And we're adjourned. Or Mr. Deutscher, I'm sorry. All right. Thank you.